People talk about sacrifice today, and we see all of these celebrities crying all over social media, don't we? Oh, well, that gets on my wick, let me tell you. Because when I look at people who gave sacrifice, I think of all the brave men and women that have fought in wars for our freedom. Not just our freedom of speech, but simply our freedom. People like these, the veterans of D-Day. You know, when you hear their stories, and I've met quite a few of them who have come into the studio, they're great, ladies and gents, you know, because the bottom line is they were very, very young when they went to do that for us. Way too young in many respects, you know, and they now admit that they kind of went with an innocence. But of course, they didn't have as much information as we do today. But the fact that they came back, survived and lived to tell the story of that wonderful lady recently who we lost as part of the Bletchley Park gang, who did so much to help us during the Second World War. But what's fascinating now is this government clearly dislikes our heritage and, more importantly, our heroes. Let me explain. Morning, chums, good to see you. Thank you so much for your time. Nice to have your company. Isn't this gorgeous? Can you see those flowers? Aren't they just beautiful? Yeah, spring, you see, almost like a picture postcard stuff, isn't it? Just wonderful. I know, I'm glad, I hope it cheers you up as much as it does me. I come to these places because I want to cheer you up, you know. I want to show you that while we might have some bad stories, or perhaps not the happiest stories, and there are happy stories on this channel, but you know, the news stories, just find a nice pleasant, you just think, yeah, just your wonders, doesn't it? Nod if you agree. You are nodding. Well, I'm glad, yes, absolutely. Let's get back to your story. You see, this man, the current British Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, well, recently he sanctioned this man, the British Foreign Secretary, David Lammy, to give over 120 million to some charitable effort in Sudan. Right. But these people, true veterans of the D-Day, who every year in June go over to visit Normandy, well, it's normally funded via the government. This man, Keir Starmer, has ripped that funding away. Now, words do not express how angry I'm sure you feel and I feel. The fact that they can toss aside all of this money, whether this be to Ukraine, Sudan, what about the people that made Britain great? And it's fascinating to think that these people don't think there's going to be some repercussions, particularly at this moment in time. Let me tell you, right now here in London, where we're coming up to local elections, you get the picture. But clearly Keir Starmer and the rest of the government don't care what you think. And that's the point. They really just don't care. Now, naturally, at the point of recording this, I don't know if they're going to reverse this because of how bad it will look, or whether people will just start to independently fund it. But isn't it about time we had an opportunity to get rid of these particular parties if after a year, say, in power, of which very soon it will be coming up, we can give the opportunity to have a reset, a rethink and a reboot, and boot these cruel individual people out that are treating our few remaining D-Day veterans so incredibly badly. As ever, I'd really love to know what you think to this particular story, because it is one of sheer cruelty. And when you look at these poor guys, it's probably in many of their cases sometimes the last chance that they can go back over there to pay their very final respects to the friends that they lost all of those years ago. Either way, it doesn't look good. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.